At the beginning of the story, we see a boy named Eden, who is sleeping in his apartment. Just then, his eyes open to a strange noise, hearing which, Eden gets very frightened. He goes straight, and looks out through a small peephole in the door, but there is no one outside. After that, Eden comes and turns on the TV. But there was no signal on the TV, and an emergency warning was running on the screen. Seeing this, Eden finds it strange. Why did the signal suddenly go away, and why is this emergency warning appearing? He is just thinking about this, when suddenly, he starts hearing the loud screams of people from outside. He immediately rushes towards the window, and as soon as he reaches his balcony, he is shocked. He sees people running here and there, as if something big is about to happen. Eden is unable to understand what is going on, and just then, he sees a helicopter crashing into the building next to his. Seeing this, the ground slips from beneath Eden's feet, and just then, his eyes fall on a little girl below, who was perhaps lost in the crowd and standing alone. Seeing her, Eden starts shouting to the people to help the little girl. But, the very next moment, that little girl starts attacking the people around her, and begins biting them. Seeing this, Eden realizes that people are turning into zombies. Terrified, Eden quickly leaves the balcony and enters his apartment. Just then, a man comes to Eden's house, seeing whom, Eden gets very scared because Eden thought that he too was a zombie. Actually, this is Eden's neighbor, and he tells Eden, "Don't be afraid, I am not a zombie." He says, "All my friends have turned into zombies and they attacked me, but saving myself from them, I broke into your house." After this, Eden's neighbor asks for the bathroom. Eden shows him the way to the bathroom, and while he is walking towards the bathroom, Eden spots a zombie bite mark on his neck. Seeing this, Eden realizes that his neighbor is soon going to turn into a zombie. Therefore, Eden picks up a knife for his safety. Some time later, Eden's neighbor comes back from the bathroom, and seeing the knife in Eden's hand, he realizes that Eden is going to kill him, thinking he is a zombie. Then, he says to Eden, "Look, I am not a zombie." As soon as he says this, his eyes begin to change, and seeing this, Eden realizes that the virus is starting to affect him. Then, Eden tells his neighbor, "Get out of my house, or else I will kill you." Now, even though he doesn't want to, Eden's neighbor leaves his house. When Eden looks through the peephole of the door, the zombies present their pounce on Eden's neighbor. Seeing this, Eden gets very frightened, and quickly locks the door securely. After a while, when it becomes a little quiet, he listens to a news report that is talking about this infection. The reporter states that this virus has spread throughout the entire city. Therefore, anyone who is not infected by this virus should not go outside at all, and should stay inside their house by closing all doors and windows. Here, Eden tries to call his family, but all lines are busy. When he checks his message box, he finds some messages from his parents. Eden's parents had written in the message, "Zombies have spread all over the city, because of which, it will take us time to get to you. Therefore, do not leave the house at all, and wait for us." In this way, evening arrives. Eden sits on his balcony and looks at the view outside. The entire city outside had become deserted, and fires were burning everywhere. Seeing all this, Eden breaks down completely, and he begins to wonder how he will survive alone in such circumstances. Now, to survive in these difficult conditions, Eden puts up small motivational notes all over his apartment, so that he can keep getting courage by looking at these notes, and he writes "Day 1" on the mirror. Eden realizes that this zombie virus can last for several months, so he creates a safe place for himself inside the house in these difficult conditions, so that he remains prepared for every incoming danger. In this way, days pass and a week goes by. At night, he records a video of himself on his laptop, in which he describes how his days are passing in this locked apartment. Along with this, he also tries to call his parents, but the mobile signal is not working. With time, Eden now begins to feel lonely. And one day, when he finds out that water is not coming from any of his taps, he becomes very upset seeing this. To make matters worse, Eden had very little food left, so he starts getting by on eating a small amount of food. Eden was trapped alone in the middle of a city surrounded by zombies. He had no news of what was happening in the outside world. One day, while Eden is watching something on his laptop, he suddenly hears someone's footsteps. He quickly takes a baseball bat for his safety. And just then, we see that from the ventilation path made in the ceiling, an infected girl jumps into Eden's apartment. Here, Eden immediately hides, and as that girl slowly moves towards him, Eden finds an opportunity and attacks the girl on the head from behind, causing her death right there. After this, Eden quickly goes and blocks that path with a surfboard, so that no other zombie can enter from there. In this way, days pass and Eden is somehow fighting the battle to stay alive. One day, while he is making another recording of himself, he hears his phone ring. He quickly picks up the phone and sees that a voice message has arrived from his mother. His mother says, "We have come very close to the city, and are about to reach you in a few hours." Before Eden's mother can finish her sentence, some infected people surround them. In the last few seconds of the voice message, Eden hears the screams of his parents, and then the message cuts off. Hearing all this, Eden realizes that his parents are now dead. Eden begins to cry bitterly, because now, he has no reason left to live. He picks up a baseball bat and plans to escape from here. As soon as he steps out of the house, he sees a large number of infected people. Just then, his eyes fall on his neighbor, who was still alive, but he was badly injured, because of which, he could not attack Eden. After this, Eden tries to find a way to get out of the building, but he finds no way because zombies were standing everywhere. Seeing this, Eden realizes that he cannot get out of here among so many infected people. And now, as he moves back towards his apartment, the infected people attack Eden. But, Eden somehow saves himself from them, enters his apartment, and brings the refrigerator in front of the door to block it securely, so that no infected person can break the door from outside. Now, even though he doesn't want to, Eden has to stay in his house again. Due to living alone in the house for many weeks, Eden is completely broken. It had become difficult for Eden to live in these conditions, and just then, the power drops throughout the entire city. Seeing this, Eden goes into an even deeper shock, and he starts thinking, how will I spend the rest of my life now? There is nothing to eat or drink, no signal, and no electricity. Thinking about all this, Eden begins to feel even more isolated. After this, fed up with his life, Eden turns on his laptop and starts recording a video on it. Looking into the camera, he says, "Today, it has been 42 days since the virus spread. I did everything to stay alive, but now, I can't tolerate it anymore. I haven't eaten food or drunk water for the past 2 days. It is better to end my life, than to live suffocating like this." After this, after living for a full 42 days in these difficult conditions, he decides to end everything. And just as he is about to hang himself, his eyes fall on a building opposite, where he spots a girl. Seeing a girl after so many days, Eden is completely shocked, and Eden gets a new hope to live. But just then, his foot slips from the chair, and he begins to struggle. Luckily, the rope breaks and Eden's life is saved. After that, Eden immediately goes near the window and starts looking closely at that girl. Seeing a living girl, he could not believe his eyes, because he was seeing a human being after the last 42 days. Just then, that girl also spots Eden, but she quickly closes the window curtain, because she started considering him a zombie. The next day, Eden goes near the window, where he sees that girl again. Now, before that girl could hide again, thinking Eden was a zombie, Eden quickly writes "Hi" on a paper and waves his hand towards her. Seeing this, the girl realizes that Eden is not a zombie but a human being, and she becomes very happy seeing this. After that, Eden tells the girl his name through a paper. Seeing this, that girl also states her name as Eva. Eva asks Eden, "Do you have anything to eat or drink?" Then Eden tells her, "I have nothing to eat, but I have plenty of water to drink." After that, Eva sees that zombies have arrived near the door of her house, because of which, Eva closes the curtain and starts to leave. But before leaving, Eden writes on a paper and asks Eva, "Can we talk like this tomorrow too?" To which, Eva replies in the affirmative and leaves from there. At night, Eden feels very hungry, and when there is nothing to eat, Eden starts getting by eating toothpaste. After some time, heavy rain starts. Then, Eden places utensils outside to store the rainwater, and he himself starts bathing in the rainwater after a full 42 days. In 42 days, Eden's beard had also grown quite a bit, so he shaves his beard. The next day, Eden comes in front of the girl completely clean-shaven. Eva likes him upon seeing him. Eden ties a rope to a ball and throws it towards Eva's apartment, which Eva catches. And after that, Eden ties 2 water bottles to that rope and pushes them towards Eva. But, that bottle hits the net opposite at high speed. The sound of this is heard by a zombie below, and that zombie starts climbing directly towards Eva's apartment. Then, Eden spots the zombie, and to distract the zombie, Eden picks up a bottle and hits it on the zombie's head. Due to this, that zombie spots Eden as well, and he gets very angry at Eden. After that, that zombie leaves Eva and starts climbing towards Eden's apartment to kill him. Then, Eden goes and quickly picks up the baseball bat, and just as that zombie is about to climb into Eden's apartment, Eden finishes him off by hitting him with the baseball bat. After a while, night falls, and at night, Eden's condition worsens due to hunger. Now, Eden could not tolerate any more hunger, so now, he must find something to eat at any cost. After this, he decides to go to the neighbor's house to look for food and drink. And as soon as he steps out of his apartment, he sees the corpse of his neighbor in front of him. After that, Eden checks his neighbor's pockets, and he finds a bunch of house keys in the neighbor's pocket. And just then, he hears the sound of some zombies coming. Now, Eden was badly trapped, he could not even run away from those zombies. But, working wisely here, Eden lies down with his neighbor's corpse and pretends to be a corpse. This trick of Eden's works, and all the zombies pass over him and move forward. After that, Eden slowly enters inside his neighbor's house. Upon entering the house, he sees that a girl is lying on the bed in front of him, but Eden is afraid to go near her. Therefore, Eden first drops a helmet on her to see whether this girl is alive or dead. But, that girl does not move even after being hit by the helmet, seeing which, Eden realizes that this girl is dead. After that, Eden goes straight towards the kitchen, where he finds a little food. And when Eden starts inspecting the house, he finds a lot of necessary supplies, which Eden packs into a sack and lifts. And just as Eden is about to leave from there, an infected person attacks him. Now, before that infected person could bite Eden, Eden strikes the zombie on the head with a table lamp. But, this strike does not affect the zombie much, and he still begins to attack Eden. Then, Eden uses an ice axe to eliminate that infected person forever. After this, when he comes out, he sees that many zombies are standing outside, where Eden slowly enters his apartment while avoiding those zombies. As soon as he comes home, he quickly takes off his clothes and starts checking his body to see if a zombie has bitten him anywhere, but his body was completely safe. Seeing this, Eden becomes happy. After this, he checks the bag brought from the neighbor's house, in which he finds 2 walkie-talkies. Seeing this, Eden decides that he will give one of these walkie-talkies to Eva, so that Eva can contact him. After that, Eden makes a rope out of his clothes and starts climbing down from the balcony. As soon as he reaches the ground, Eden silently tries to move forward. A lot of zombies were standing around Eden. Then, Eden quietly throws a walkie-talkie into Eva's apartment, the sound of which is heard by the infected people, and those infected people get after Eden. Eden quickly climbs onto a balcony and hides. Due to the darkness of the night, those zombies are unable to see Eden and start leaving from there. After this, Eden comes back to his apartment. The next day, Eva starts talking to Eden on the walkie-talkie. Eden becomes very happy to hear Eva's voice on his walkie-talkie. After this, Eden tells Eva, "I haven't eaten anything for the past 3 days, and I am feeling miserable with hunger." Then, Eva also tells him, "I too have been hungry for the past 2 days." After this, these two talk a lot, and while talking, night falls. After which, Eva says, "It is night and I am going to sleep." Saying this, she cuts off contact with Eden. Now, Eden cannot tolerate the hunger here, so he decides to explore this building to look for food. He opens the ventilation path of his bathroom, and entering through the ventilation path, he starts going into the neighbor's house. Moving forward, he finds the corpse of an infected person, who had probably died due to a lack of oxygen. Seeing him, Eden gets completely scared, but then, somehow gathering courage, he moves forward and reaches his neighbor's bathroom. But, as soon as he steps onto the floor, he sees a long trail of blood. Following that same trail, when he removes the curtains hanging in front, there was no one there. Now, Eden slowly begins to investigate the whole house while moving forward, and when he reaches the kitchen, he finds a lot of food items there. After this, Eden contacts Eva and tells her, "I found a lot of food." Hearing this, Eva gets angry and she tells Eden, "How did you go into that house without asking me? Your life could be in danger there." Eden tells her, "You don't worry about me, there is no one here." After which, Eva tells Eden, "I also want to come to you." But, Eden explains to her, "Don't come to me right now, you might get into danger this way. When I leave this house, then I will safely bring you to my house." Then, Eva agrees and tells Eden, take care of yourself. Eden had now received food, so he thinks of going back to his apartment. But, just then, his eyes fall on a large hole made in the front wall. And when he goes near that tunnel, he senses someone being around. As soon as Eden turns around, an old man is standing behind him, holding a sharp spear in his hand. After looking at each other, these two realize that they are not zombies. After which, that old man lowers his weapon and asks Eden, "What are you doing here?" To which, Eden replies, "I just came here to look for food." Then, he asks Eden, "Who were you talking to on the walkie-talkie?" Here, Eden lies, "I was talking alone just to motivate myself." Now here, that old man treats Eden very nicely and tells Eden, "You can take as much food as you want." Here, that old man gives Eden something to eat on a plate. Being hungry for several days, Eden also starts eating it without thinking much. After a while, that old man tells Eden, "Pick up a bottle for me from the cupboard." But, as soon as Eden turns to pick up the bottle, the old man strikes him on the head from behind with a baseball bat, rendering Eden unconscious. And a few minutes later, when Eden regains consciousness, he finds himself in front of an infected woman who is tied with a chain. Out of fear, Eden now wanted to leave from here, but just then, Eden sees that his hands and feet are also tied. After a while, that old man comes in front of Eden and the old man tells Eden, "This woman is my wife, who has now become infected. I love my wife very much, whom I don't want to lose at any cost. And my wife has been hungry for a week, but today, her hunger is going to be satisfied because today, I am going to make you her food." After which, that old man gives Eden some medicines and says, "You take this medicine, which will numb your body and you won't feel pain while dying." But, Eden flatly refuses to do so, and tells that old man, "Your wife won't be able to stay alive this way, and she herself is crying to die. Therefore, you should kill your wife and grant her freedom from this hell-like life." But, that old man's mental condition was not good, so he tells Eden, "Quietly take this medicine, otherwise, I know other ways to make you unconscious." Here, Eden refuses to take this medicine, after which, that old man goes to fetch his tool to make Eden unconscious. Here, Eden realizes that if I don't do something right now, I will be killed soon. Therefore, he somehow frees himself and hides behind the door. Now, as soon as that old man comes to kill Eden, Eden very cleverly catches that old man and pushes him towards his own wife. After which, that old man's own wife attacks him and begins to bite him. Here, Eden leaves them both inside, closes the room door, packs his belongings, and sets off towards his apartment. Then, Eva tells him through the walkie-talkie, "Infected people have broken into my apartment." Hearing this, Eden quickly starts moving towards Eva's apartment to save her. When Eden goes to the balcony of his apartment, he sees Eva in front of him. He sees that Eva is trapped on the balcony and has no way left to escape. Now here, to save Eva, Eden tries to climb down using a rope made of sheets and falls down, and just then, an infected person rushes towards him to attack him. Now, to save himself, Eden picks up a shotgun and shoots that infected person. But, the sound of the gunshot is heard by a large number of infected people present in the building, and those infected people start jumping from the building above to kill Eden. Now here, to save himself, Eden runs straight towards Eva's apartment, where Eva also throws a rope made of sheets for him from above. Eden now begins to climb up with the help of this rope. But just then, an infected person also catches that rope and starts climbing behind Eden. Now, working wisely here, Eden jumps onto the balcony of an apartment and quickly cuts the rope with the help of a knife, causing that infected person to fall from a great height and die. Now here, Eva also jumps down near Eden, and now, these two have united. Eden tells Eva, "It is not right to stay here, if we stay here, the infected will catch us soon." After which, these two move forward to leave this place and get ready to fight the zombies. When these two reach the door of the apartment, working wisely, they open the door and hide behind it. As soon as the door opens, some infected people enter inside the apartment in anger without seeing them, and these two take advantage of the opportunity and leave from there. Here, Eden also breaks the lock of this apartment's door so that the zombies who had entered inside the apartment to kill them cannot come out to kill them again. Now these people manage to escape from here, but on the way, another zombie attacks Eden. A fight takes place between these two for a long time, and in the end, they both fall down the stairs. Here, Eva gathers courage and kills that infected person. Now these two again start moving towards their apartment, and move forward after killing several infected people on the way. Now Eden has come very close to his apartment, and just as these two are about to enter their apartment, a very powerful infected person arrives from behind. Here, Eden, without caring for his life, pushes Eva inside the apartment and starts fighting that powerful infected person himself. After a while, Eden enters the apartment in a panic, and after locking the door, places the cupboard in front of the door so that the infected cannot break it. Now here, Eden tells Eva to stay away from him, and handing her the baseball bat, says, "Kill me because I have become infected. Soon I will lose control over myself, and I don't want to cause you any harm after becoming infected. Therefore, you have to kill me." But Eva refuses to do so because Eden had put his life in danger to save her. Now when Eva refuses to kill Eden, Eden decides to take his own life by jumping from the building. Here, Eden tells Eva, "You go to my neighbor's house through the ventilation path, where you will find plenty of food." Now before jumping from here, when Eden takes off his shirt and starts checking his body, he does not see any kind of bite mark on his body. That means the zombie had not bitten him. Seeing this, his happiness knows no bounds. After which, these two hug each other, and they both now decide to survive together in this building until this zombie virus ends. At the end of the movie, it is shown to us on the TV that the government has found a vaccine for this virus, and now, the situation will soon become normal again. With this story ends.